What up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the 710 The Slickville Show. I am your host, Jay Brown, a.k.a. Jay Slick, a.k.a. Mr. 710, and we are joined by our co-host, Z, in the place to be. What's cracking?
What's cracking? What up?
We out here in these streets. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, look, I am always, I feel like I say this every week, I am excited about this show, and I most definitely am. Make sure my volume is off. Hold on one second. Yes, I'm super excited about this show because it's a lot of information that's going to be coming at you full speed ahead. We're going to be talking to two new authors. One of them, Marnique Rogers, is going to be talking about her new book, Now That I Have Your Attention. And we also going to be talking to new author, Elston Chambers, who's going to be talking about his new book, Getting Too Rich. So you want to learn about how to manage your money, this is the show to do it. And you know, we talking about mental health in Marnique's book as well. But real quick, how's everything going your way?
Real good. How about you, sir?
I'm hanging out in these streets. Hey man, this weather's about to be crazy. I can already hear it.
Yes.
It's gonna rain
drop
on your head.
It's getting ready to drop.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna rain on your head. But y'all know how we do this. This is an interactive show. So, like, comment, call in. Let us know. Let us know if you got any questions or comments. Like I said, we want to get a lot of this information out. And make sure you share this feed. If you rock with us, share this feed. If you don't rock with us, share this feed anyway and don't be selfish. You know what I'm saying?
True.
What up, everybody on the Instagram? What's up, everybody on Facebook? That's what I'm talking about. Share this feed. We got to get this information out. Now, if you got any questions or comments, call in 470-251-4343. But, hey, look, since the last time we talked, I got a year older, and my beard got smaller. As y'all can see, I told y'all I was cutting it off. That thing gone now. That thing gone.
That's
Cut
what's
that
up.
thing off. Hey, appreciate you, Mark. Hey, we're going to get you on, Marcus. Marcus Dwayne, he's a dating doctor. He was on my very, very first show.
Dating doctor.
The dating doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's up in there.
Okay.
Hey, so look, real quick story, yo. While we get ready for our first guest. You know, we talked about, it was a show that I think you missed and my dad and my brother was on. We was talking about people coming and asking for money in different places, and you know how you might feel like sometimes they might feel like it's real. Like the time that I brought up in back then was this lady hit us up for some money out at Atlantic Station, but one of the reasons why she didn't get it because she had two big things of ice cream in her hand, which is probably about $8 a piece.
A piece, $16.
Right.
Wow.
So yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't see myself giving her no money on that situation. And I did not like her story about her. Like, I feel like everybody's story now is, I need money for a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that's the newest hustle. Well, this dude asked me. I was in Home Depot, and I walked around. I was in a lighting section. I was looking for a mount or a bracket for a ceiling fan that I put up. And this guy stopped me and he was like, "Hey, brother, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna let my pride get in the way. I'm really hungry and I just wanted to know if you had some money to give me so I can go get some food." And I was like, I ain't got no cash on me. But what I will do.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I had $4 on me, but he couldn't get. I was going bowling today. But what I was gonna do, what I will do is after I finish shopping, if ain't nobody else got you no food, pay for my stuff. I go over there and get you some food, bring it back. I do that for you. I got you. What up, Vince? What up, Eric? I do that. I bring that back to you. And I walk around, I see him in one other place. As I'm getting ready to check out, I see him again, but he got a big bag of Cheetos. He got a Reese's and a Hershey bar. And I'm thinking to myself, like, he had a smile on his face, like either somebody had already hooked him up even though that ain't food, but you out here with snacks though. Like you out here with real snacks in these streets, and so
That's food to him.
so at this point, I guess you don't need me, right? Not anymore. The Burger King and stuff like that, like.
No, he still needed that though.
But she had too many snacks. Like he was happy about them snacks too. Like
Maybe somebody gave him the snacks instead of gave him some cash.
maybe, but I probably.
I mean, you know, hey.
I think I felt some kind of way about it because he was just like, first off, why are you out here hustling other people for money, for food at Home Depot?
But it's how he said it. You know, I'm not gonna let my pride get in the way, brother. That's like, that's kind of genuine. You don't think so?
At Home Depot. Let's start there. The place where the only food that's there is
Cheetos and all that good
Reese's,
stuff.
beer nuts, and Mountain Dews. Like that's the only thing that's there.
Well, I mean,
Can't trick me, man.
that's why I said somebody may have gone in, hooked them up. You know.
You know what? I wish I could go for that, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. But hey, look,
It's too much.
we are getting ready to get to our interview. So today we're gonna be, like I said, we're gonna be talking to Marnique Rogers about her new book. Now that I have your attention, and so I want everybody to help welcome Marnique to the show. What's going on, Marnique? How you living in these streets? Oh, you real silent right now. We're gonna work on that volume for real quick. Hold on for us 1 second. But yeah, I felt like I was mean to that dude a little bit.
I mean, he said, "Let me put my pride to the side." That automatically would have come. Whoa.
We got volume.
Hi.
Hey.
Huh? There we go.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine. How you doing this evening?
I'm fine.
Good. So look, we have the author of Now That I Have Your Attention on. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Marnique.
I'm 4. I work as a teacher assistant and for special ed.
Hey, real quick, we having a little technical difficulties with the sound on that end. You're going in and out. Is it raining by you?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Wait, yes, it is came through. All right, start over real quick. Start over real quick for us. I'm sorry.
Okay. I said I'm 24. I work as a special ed 1-on-1 at a middle school. My hobbies, I like to write, obviously. I listen to really, really old music that's not really common for my age. I don't know. I live a pretty boring life.
So you like to write and you listen to Otis Redding. That's
Yes,
what's up.
basically.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. Yeah, okay.
So what was your inspiration behind writing this book?
I got to a point in my life where one day I looked up and anybody that I ever called my best friend was gone. I was single, which is not that bad, and I found myself in a real depressed state, and I didn't know how I got there, and I just needed some healing. So it started off as me writing down, how I feel, and then once I looked at everything that I've been through in my life, I'm like, whoa, I could write a book.
Look, in 24 years, 24 now, so it started, what age did you start writing?
I write when I first started high school. Like my first day of high school. I kind of write it like inside out writing. I started off at the point where I said, okay, like I need to start healing. And then I talk about my first day of high school up until probably last year.
Got you.
Do you journal? Is that how you started, by journaling as well?
I'm having trouble hearing. I'm sorry.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. Journaling. Did you journal before you started writing, or is that how it all kind of mixed together?
I did for a while, but that's not how I started it. I journaled probably like my 10th grade year, and then I stopped for some reason.
So, what's some of the things that inspire you to write, other than give me good things besides
Okay.
the bad friendships and the breakups. Give me good things.
You throw one more thing.
So during this period, like when I felt like, okay, I need to start writing, the more I thought about how I reacted to stuff and how much I wanted to be validated, because everyone, like growing up, me listening to old music, like that's like my playlist is old music. So everyone always found that part of me like weird. And I like to meditate and stuff like that. And I read philosophies. So every time I would try to connect with people, they would find that part of me weird. So I found myself always adjusting myself to be liked by my peers. And the more I thought about that and how I was reacting to stuff and why I wanted to be validated so bad, I started to think about the world and how that affects people. I want to say when I was 22, I got diagnosed with depersonalization. And that's basically when you're like you isolate, and I would rather be home, like daydreaming or something like that, than to be in contact with other people. And I didn't know that was a mental health issue until, one of my friends who's super into that was like, okay, you need to be seen because I don't see you anymore and you're in the house. Like, it's not like you're doing nothing. Sorry, my phone keeps dropping. And once I got that checked out, in the Black family, mental health issues is not really normalized. So that's kind of my goal, is to normalize mental health issues, because it's so common. And then I started thinking about the mental health of the leaders of this world and oppression. Like, what was the psyche behind oppression, or someone or people who felt the need to oppress a whole race of people. So it starts off like with my personal life, and it kind of open up that door for people to really start thinking outside of the box, how racism is a mental health issue. So
definitely very nice. It could be considered that. I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Did you encounter any bullying, like, time period?
No, actually. I mean, I'm sure people would say things, but it will be more like I write about my first day in the high school. And it was kind of like, how in school your teacher has those icebreakers and everybody get to know you. So mine was like, oh, I like listening to Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, start going off like that. And then someone looked at me like, that's corny. They actually said it out loud, and then I shied away from it. So to avoid having encounters like that, I would try to be like other people. I would try to like readjust myself so I won't come off so weird.
All right, and in doing that, I guess it kind of probably did more damage as far as
Oh, the sound went out. I'm sorry.
um, and doing that, it probably did a little bit more damage than good because I mean, you know, being able to be yourself is one of the greatest things. You know, regardless of who you're around, you know, just the ability to be yourself. So, like, I feel like just even like in this setting, I'm able to be myself. I don't have. This is me, whether I'm at work, at the gym, here, around my family. This is the same thing, and I guess it would be school. One of the only places that you had to deal with stuff. Did it happen at home as
Yes.
well?
And I absolutely agree. Like I promote being yourself because in doing that, you realize the type of people that you're trying to impress. And it's like now I'm putting expectation on other people to make me happy and make me feel whole when these aren't even the type of people who I can identify with because most of the people I was trying to impress are superficial and that's not who I am. So it's like, yes, school was one of them and I quickly broke out of that and decided to be myself, thankfully. But then I found myself doing that in like relationships. And I talk about when I was younger, I had a really bad experience where I got sexually assaulted. So from that point on, it made it really hard for me to have a sexual experience. And so when that happened, or if somebody would try something with me, I would completely freak out. And thankfully, because they didn't freak out or think that it was weird, I felt like, okay, this person is the one. So I'm going to do everything I can to stay in a situation where I knew the whole time that that's not the person for me. But I took little things like that and just seeking validation like the whole time in friendships in any type of relationship I encountered.
Do you find it hard to open up to people about it? I mean, well, back then, I know we're talking about it now, but back then, while you were still searching for that validation, was this something that were forthcoming about, or is this something you?
Definitely. Writing this book is like the first time I'm openly talking about it. And if it wasn't for me writing it down and healing from it, no one would know. Like, I'm sure my mom is going to be surprised. People that know me is definitely going to be surprised at some of the things that they read about my life. And it probably would explain isolation, me isolating a lot.
Marnique, your mama don't know about this book?
She knows, but some of the stuff that I dealt with, she don't know. So she's gonna be shocked.
It's a really great thing that you have stepped outside of your box and put truth out there. I mean, it's 24. A lot of people don't even know where to begin to tell their truth or to even know how to find themselves. So of course I don't know you, but I'm proud of you for even taking that step. It's a wonderful thing. So how does it make you feel, to be able to tell your truth and to finally be able to get out what's been, I want to say, hindering from, opening up and spreading your wings?
I feel free. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a big weight just lifted off my shoulder because, like I said, I found myself in a place where I hate pain. Like, I hate going through things. Like, and I know that it's life, but because I'm such a happy person and I could talk to people, and I feel like my goal is just to make people happy and restore confidence. It's like I have a chapter in my book called Reaction Formation. So I was living out a life that I didn't really believe in, just so I could identify with people and then expose the real me and kind of like help them, I guess, which is common for, I guess you want to say, strong people. And I became so selfless that I forgot about me. Like, I didn't even notice that I was drowning inside until I woke up one day and I had nobody. So it's definitely a freeing feeling because I finally faced everything. And so now I don't feel so bad for isolating myself and for the things that transpired in my life because I know it's for a reason. And now I can help restore confidence, especially to our community, because it's like the chapter that I have in my book called The Ripple Effect. It basically explains and talks about how we're living our life according to somebody else and somebody else's rules. Like, if you think about the Constitution, that's man-made. We're living our life based off of someone else's opinion. A whole race of people is oppressed because of someone else's opinion, someone else's mental health issue, which is narcissist personality disorder. And a lot of people don't think that that's a disorder, but if it wasn't for me having friends of different backgrounds, I would have never came to that conclusion. Like, I've been through a point where finding out truths about our culture. So I ventured off. I didn't want to believe in God anymore. I didn't understand why everything was happening. And I tried to look at so many different religions that'll satisfy who I was, because I love being who I am, and for it to only lead me back here, finding out that Christianity is Egyptology, but reconstructed for the lights to look like, people of a certain race is our savior and things like that. And then it had me thinking, well, okay, what about our culture made someone so envious that they had to oppress us? And then I opened up a poem because I had so much resentment towards my mother for not knowing the sexual assault when I was younger. Even though I didn't tell her, I just thought, she's my mom, she should know. And other things that I talk about in my book. And it had me really realizing how much of a domino effect that it is. And realizing, okay, she's only raising me how she knows how. And then my grandmother is only raised her how she knew how, and then so on and so forth. And then if you go back to slavery days, the strength emotion was kind of taught, watching children get snatched or not being able to pass our traditions down to each other, and having to forcefully obey someone else's rules. So then, whatever emotions that brought our ancestors, they had to teach their kids, and then so on and so forth. So now it's a cycle of angry Black woman, or we look at mental health issues as being crazy, or, we don't really realize how much oppression messes with our mental, basically. And I kind of identify with people using my own story, because my story is so common. I'm sure whatever happened to me happened to millions of people, but to kind of look at it in a different perspective.
Right. So two things. You ran through a lot there. One, we talk about mental disorders with people that may be racist. Absolutely. When I see a red hat, I pretty much think those people are crazy. Two, the question from the chat room was, did you get professional help to help you grow up to this point?
I got professional help for depersonalization.
Okay.
This point that I got to was completely on my own. Once I realized that, okay, what I was going through has a label to it, and it's common, and it stems from A, B, C, and D, that kind of possessed me to do the work and find out where all of it was coming from.
All right, good deal. So I was, thinking about how the our race looks at people with mental disorders. How would you go about trying to educate like other people in your family, or if you know that there might be someone in another family that's dealing with it, how would you go about trying to help them get through to their family so that they're not ostracized or looked at some kind of way?
To basically read my life story, because it's so common that I feel like I can identify with so many people, especially my age, and no one would initially look at that and read it and be like, okay, this has something to do with your mental health. They will look at it and be like, dang, she went through a lot. Life happens. And that's kind of what we do in our community. Like, okay, it happens, hold it in, get over it. And the way we rebel against certain tragedies has everything to do with your mental. And I feel like the ripple effect chapter in my book that kind of bring race into it will definitely open up people's minds, just to see how the makings of America alone and the things that happened to our ancestors, and how the emotion and jealousy and mental health of a group of people caused them to do so much damage, and then make them realize how it affected us. Like in the school system, when I first started working as a one-on-one, and I would read these kids' IEPs, and I would be like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get fired because this says that this child spits, and if someone spit on me, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna react. Or this child has severe behavioral issues. Then I meet these kids and they're so sweet. They just need attention. And then finding out their backgrounds, it's like, okay, well, school is the only place that they get to be a kid. At home, they have to take care of their whole family. So their mother is on drugs, or 5 of their siblings got killed in front of them. Like crazy, crazy stories. And they're placed in special ed because of behavioral issues.
How long have you been working as a special ed teacher?
3 years.
3 years.
Next year will be my 4th year.
I see. You're fresh out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. How'd you come up with the title of this book?
It's talking to me. It's talking to my peers. Now that I have your attention, basically is a symbol for, okay, now that I have my own attention, like, all right, sit down. You need to face and deal with and heal from everything that you've been through, and then kind of a message to the world to kind of look at the things that they go through in life in a different perspective, and know that they're not alone, because people act out because they feel like they're the only ones going through something, when it's definitely not the case.
All right. And the picture that you have on here, tell me about that picture. 'Cause it looks like it looks like an Egyptian type situation.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely the look I was going for. I read a lot of philosophies, and a lot of philosophers are Greek. It's like Greek mythology. Greek mythology are old Egyptian stories. So they're true, but it's not the Hercules that they allowed us to see, it's from like my inspiration was an Egyptian healer. I forget the name, but when I was looking for inspiration as my book title, I searched different Egyptian healers and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted that to be like the symbol for the book.
Got you. So tell everybody how they can where they can find your book.
So I just spoke to my publicist. It was supposed to be out July 1st, but she's finishing the layout. So it should be available next week. But if you follow my Instagram page, tomorrow I'll have the information for you guys to pre-order the book. And my Instagram is _Marnique1 _MARNIQUE1.
Okay. Y'all got that? _MARNIQUE1. I'm gonna put that in the chat real quick so everybody can find it. Find your Instagram if they on there. Hopefully they are, and they not old people. But I'm gonna get that in there. Say that again. Oh, and it's on the screen too, so they can pull that up right there. And get that on out there, so we can get that book out just in case they know anybody. It can be a good early Christmas gift.
Yes.
You
or
know,
if you know anybody with a birthday coming up.
A summer, end of the summer gift, because it's hot outside gift, because that make people have disorders too when it get too hot. I ain't never seen people just be so mean because it's hot. They're normally nice people, but they be like, "It's hot enough for you?" The hell kind of question is that? What you mean? You see all the sweat? but no, my nigga, I definitely appreciate you coming on. We enjoyed you.
Yes, we did.
Guys, if you catch this book, well, follow our Instagram, and it'll be out. It'll be out before you know it. _MARNIQUE1 on Instagram. But go ahead and get that book now that I have your attention. Anything else you want to plug while I got you on here real quick?
Oh, no, I want to save the rest for the readers.
All right, good deal. Well, I do thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Have a good evening. And be
Thank
on the
you.
lookout. Hey, look, so, she said it was a lot of good stuff in there as far as like the systemic stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that I've seen as far as like the fear that was put into people back in the day in order that's still resonating today. And when I tell my friends that I've read that Willie Lynch letter, and it made me feel some kind of way because a lot of it was still true. Today I was just like, man, stuff is crazy. I wish I had thought of that.
Yeah.
I know. If y'all probably can't see her earrings right now, but She got all kind of Nefertiti on her upside her head right now.
Yeah. All
she-
that.
She be rocking that at work and be scaring the Caucasian folks.
Okay, hey. Don't come for me.
She just put that on.
Better know it.
Just put that on there.
Don't come for me. Anyway, let's not.
All right, so we ain't gonna do that. But hey, look. So while we wait on the next caller, look, if you guys have any questions about money, how to save money, how to make money, how to get out of debt, anything dealing with money, our next guest who wrote a book on getting to rich. I've already started reading it. It's an easy read. He's gonna come on Getting to Rich. It's a pretty good book so far, but we're gonna talk to Elston about it. It's like I said, I'm looking forward to that because it's a whole lot of stuff that folks just don't know.
Right.
But while we wait on him, I got a little quick segment, and it's called Why. It's just random why questions. And if you got an answer for them, feel free. If you don't, hell, I don't know either. And so, why do a lot of military dudes got bad haircuts? Like, you ever notice, like, you see a dude in the airport and he got on military fatigues, his haircut is usually horrible.
I don't know. You tell me.
I've never been in the military. But I would just assume if I saw the person in front of me getting a haircut with a bowl, that I'd be like, hey man, just come out all the way off.
No, you next. It's like.
But I don't want a bowl.
Oh.
You can just take them out all the way off. You know what? Just do it. I just get a low even. Just give me the low even. That's easy.
But I thought everybody's haircut is not the same. It's not a.
You know what? They do got a universal military haircut.
Yeah. So you get the bowl, brother.
I don't get the bowl. I do my own. They all got the same cut. You know what? Everybody's haircut be looking like Jim Carrey's in that one movie where he's a police officer. It's like that little buzz cut.
Me, myself, and Irene. Awesome movie.
That's
the police cut.
Naya said military regulations, they have limited options. I'm sure that a low even has to be one of those options.
You have no options. You get it or you get it.
Ball.
You get it or you get it.
Got to be one of those options.
Nah.
Get that ball up out of here, cuz.
Well, you know.
If I get dishonorable discharge because I got a bald head, hey man, they need to go on somewhere. My brother said everybody got to get the number one.
That's it.
He was like, hey, you're done. Good job. Get on up out of here. Next. I can't have that. I cannot have that. Also, why do salespeople always look sad before they about to give you a real big price?
Because they know you get ready to cuss them out. You're going to say no. They just know that it's a waste of time. And the women probably don't have stripper bodies. So they have to.
Have you ever
sell,
seen?
So they got to do what they got to do. They just miserable.
Have you ever seen one of them be like, "It's gonna be $4,000"? Like,
No, but where? But
it could be a TV.
and you don't already know the price?
Like it might not. They might have a sticker on the back. They might have a sticker at the. Somebody might not stick it in. You be like, so how much is this TV right here? I don't see the number, and they be like, I mean, they probably usually look like that when they don't think you can afford it.
I'm about to say, because I ain't never had that. They just tell me flat out what the price is. Never. Ever.
Yes.
I mean, never. I thought you were talking about some door salesman or something like that.
Door to door?
Yeah.
No, I don't think those people still exist.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Oh, they don't come.
Yeah, I call them Jehovah.
Don't do that. Did I tell you about the drive-by Jehovah's Witness?
I was getting ready to say, because they be trying to sell me stuff. I got something for y'all, though.
That drive-by Jehovah's Witness tried to hit me.
He knew what it was.
She didn't get out the car. She was like, she just stopped and rolled down the window. I was like, here you go. I was like,
It's too hot.
I'm probably not gonna read that.
It's too hot. It's too hot. They doing drive-by messages now.
I'm probably not gonna read that. I'm sorry. Don't do that.
Just don't even worry about
Try
it.
to have the kid get out. No, don't.
That's even worse. Like,
Yeah, don't do that.
go get your mama.
Why does Fritos smell like feet?
Good question. I have no idea, but they're so damn good.
Like they really smell like feet, and people eat them like
They're good.
they don't smell like feet.
Well, people eat chitlins, and they don't smell like feet.
Yeah, I judge everybody that eats chitlins. Okay, you know we got a coworker that brought some chitlins to work.
No.
I ain't lying.
You better stop lying to me.
I'm not lying at all.
And warmed them up and everything. That's worse than fish, salmon, perch,
We got
cat.
another coworker that we got an email about fish.
Yeah, well, you should get one. And the person that brings chitlins to the job, I'm gonna put you in a headlock. Look at my face. I'm dead serious. Nasty.
Hey,
Are you serious? I'm just thrilled.
yeah,
Somebody brought some chitlins to work.
yeah. Oh, I had that button. This one right here. Nope, that was a failure. Nope.
Where you at?
Yeah, that's
Chitlins.
our caller. Yeah, I got them chitlins on
I-
there.
Here we go.
Okay, look, I got one more before we get to Elston. Why don't some women like to tell their age?
That's because that's not your business.
Well, what's the secret?
It's not your business.
Well, what's the secret though?
But okay, some women don't age gracefully, so they may be 38 and they may look 48. They don't want you to guess, and they don't want to tell you. They just want to leave it as it is.
It's a lot of dudes that age like bananas and milk
But y'all don't care about stuff like that.
because it ain't like you can change it.
Right, but women and men are different. You know that. It's just how the cards are dealt and the cookies crumble. It's just that.
Whatever that means. All right, so look, we got Elston on the line. What's going on, Elston?
Hey, I'm good. What's going on, my man?
Hey, man, we good. We ready to talk about this money book, this getting to rich. Converting
I'm telling you.
converting the dream to reality. Hey, man,
Third,
I'm trying to tell you, I've been reading through the book. I hadn't finished it all. But it's a lot of good information for what I've gotten to. Man, so
yeah.
tell everybody. Go ahead.
So the book is about addressing the fact that there's a lot of youth, especially coming out of low-income families and poverty, once they get a job, right out of high school, or their first job out of college or trade school, they really don't know what to do financially. And, you come into some money or large sums of money, especially when you got your first job, you get those paychecks, and boom, 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 you start spending cash. You start overextending yourself to a certain degree. You get introduced to credit cards, and all of a sudden, financial trouble, financial debt. You're trying to swim out of it, and you don't know what to do. So what we're trying to do is address the needs of our youth right in high school, give them that education that rich and wealthy and well-to-do kids get from their parents, so that we start out on par with them, versus going through life 10 years financially troubled, and then all of a sudden figuring it out on your own or getting information from somebody. So that's what the book is about, and we're trying to get it in the hands of our youth as early in life as possible, so that they know what to do in high school and in college.
I completely agree, Elston, because they tricked me when I was in college, man. They gave me a whole bunch of free T-shirts when I signed up for these credit cards, man.
Yeah. right.
Nobody told me I didn't need that T-shirt. And I was like, we gotta do is sign up. Oh, okay. Let me get that T-shirt up off you.
T-shirt.
All right.
That I didn't know no better. They preyed on me. They preyed on all these young college kids looking for T-shirts. You know, give them a credit card that they know they ain't had no business. They ain't had no business with because they ain't know how to use it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we address that to a great degree in the book as far as credit cards getting out of debt when you're in debt, and how many credit cards you should pretty much carry when you're young and out of college. The book has been selling well. We just sold out of our last copies today, so we're getting some reprints of them.
Good.
That's what I'm talking about.
The biggest thing, or our biggest surprise, is that there's a number of people up here in the Twin Cities that are being introduced to it and taking note of it. I've sold a number of copies to a school in St. Cloud, Minnesota, Apollo High School. Principal there, he's using it for his entrepreneurial class, as far as introducing to his youth to how to manage their money and budgeting and those kind of things.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, the University of Minnesota here has an urban outreach program, and I've reached out to a lady there, and she's helping to promote the books in her, they call it the U-Rock program with her youth kids up here as well. And of course, there's the Urban League. We're trying to, we had meetings set up with them, but it got canceled. So now we're getting that rescheduled for next week. And the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is that our mayor of Minneapolis, young man, I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not sure if I can mention his name on the air, but he's going to have a program here, some of that TV show with, what's that program as far as you on there and you solicit or ask for a sponsor?
Shark Tank.
Yes, indeed. He's going to have a Shark Tank show up here for minority businesses.
Hey, man. Hey, we
trying to get in there.
We behind you on that one, yeah. They need to get that book out there because we know that it's as far as like money and wealth goes, that it's definitely a gap that needs to be closed, and you know it's a lot of it's based on just generational knowledge and habits of spending and stuff like that that we just people just don't know, or it's just been instilled. And I mean, we talked the other day about like there's a generation of people out there that still believes in paying half the water bill, like just enough so it don't get cut off, and that's just a bad hustle. It's just a horrible hustle, but it happens.
Exactly. Yeah, we want to take care of things because with your check, you should always pay yourself first. You should always do that, and that changes the whole mindset of people. Most people, like we had discussed previously, most people just get the cash and start paying bills. They forget that, you work for your money. You shouldn't just start giving it away to somebody, even though you got someone else's trouble. You should still pay yourself first, enjoy it, then start paying other folks. And you got to spend the money the right way, though.
Right.
You can't go out and spend it all. But it addresses those things in the book.
So in the book, it talks about budgeting, which is also one of the things that goes into paying yourself first, which it's just some stuff that I didn't even think about. I mean, wife handles a lot of the money anyway, but it's still just stuff that I didn't think about. Like, I know that I never thought about paying myself first. I was like, well, shoot, I know I pay this and this and this and this, and then whatever I got left over,
It's yours.
ball out. Like,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and so it was never really truly a thought about saving. Elston, why do you think it's so hard for people to save?
With today's society, and even with me and my wife, like I said, you come from a poor family, you never had that kind of money before, and you pretty much think about, just like you said, balling out, spending, having a good time, treating your friends, showing people that you got cash to buy clothes. So savings, they always think, how I'm going to do that later in life. Never in the forefront of your mind. So as time progresses on, 10, 15, 20 years pass, you still think, well, I still got another 20, 30 years to save some money. Well, no, you don't, because time is slipping by very subtly. So it's the distractions in life that catch people off guard, and you do it consciously. It's got to be a conscious effort. It's got to be like paying your mortgage bill. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like paying your automobile payment. And what I've been recommending to a lot of people, especially my sons, who I really wrote the book for, because I want to pass that knowledge on to them. That is, when you're young, you're coming out of college, or say you don't have the education, you go to college or trade school, you got to get a job. You should save as much of your money as possible while you don't have bills.
Right.
For example, my sons, they really don't have any bills. Both of them have jobs, or they've got their side gigs. I said, pay yourself first, which is just enough to enjoy life for the week and the weekend. Everything else goes in the bank. So that's almost 85% of their check goes in the bank. And hopefully they can do that for the next 5 years. You just calculate, for example, you make, I don't know, I'll use some simple numbers. Let's say you make $25,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
If you save, let's just say you save $15,000, right? Let's say you spent $800 and something dollars a month on yourself. That's $200 a week that you're paying yourself first. Save $15,000 a year for 5 years. While you're young, you're 18 to 23, $60,000 in the bank.
That's a win.
And you're 23 years old.
That's a win. Hey,
You saved $40,000.
What took you so long to write this book, man? I needed this a long time ago.
What about
Well, I'm sorry.
what about the people who feel as if they don't make enough and they live paycheck to paycheck, and they feel as if they may not be able to pay themselves first? What advice could you give those people?
That's where the budgeting comes in. Because when you do the budgeting, then you come to understand exactly where you are. That means if you can pay yourself, you can't pay yourself, you'll know through that budget. Okay. And if you can't pay yourself first, which I still stress that fact, when things are tight, you still should pay yourself first. Then you have to decide what you're going to do from the point of what's prohibiting you from paying yourself first. Is it because you're in debt, or is it because you're not making enough money? You have to evaluate those things. If you're not in debt, there's a chapter on getting out of debt. It may take some time, or it could be as quick as possible, but you have to evaluate that and address that. If you're not making enough money, then you have to look internally at yourself. Is it the education? Because that's the subtlety of the book. Because money doesn't make you rich. It's what you do with money that makes you rich, right?
Right.
So if you're not making enough, you have to look at your education. Because your job or your income is just a barometer for how fast you can become rich. So if you're not making enough money, maybe you go pick up some classes or trade or some additional skills to boost your salary. Maybe you look for, if you've been on the job for a few years, got the experience, then you look for a promotion or look to change jobs to a higher paying job. And all this takes place in 2 to 3 years. So you have to be patient when you're doing this because it can take, depending on what you do with your education, it could be as fast as 5 years, 3 to 5 years, or as long as 4 years to get to rich. But bottom line, if you can't, or feel that you can't make it because you're living paycheck to paycheck, bottom line, put $10 in the bank, put $20 in the bank, put $30 in the bank, whatever it is, because over a month, 2, 3, 4 months, you're going to have $100 in there. You're going to be like, wow, I got $100 in the bank. I can go spend that money. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That small change will add up, and over a period of time, you're going to be like, I got $200, I got $250. You got to fight yourself internally to not go spend it.
Right.
You're going to be just what you're saying. Oh, I got $200 and I'm going to go buy this.
Ball
You
out.
know? Yeah, ball. Hey, there you go. Ball out. That's right.
So Elston, what is,
Oh, go ahead.
question from the chat room, what is one of the biggest misconceptions with rich versus wealthy and what it takes to get there?
Well, in the book, I define what rich is, and that's the biggest misconception. What is rich? Is it you earning millions and millions and millions of dollars? Or is it a certain dollar value or a definition that's going to get it? And I can tell you, but I'm encouraging you to read the book because if I tell you, it's going to be like, we're going to have a big argument over here on the phone.
I've gotten to that part, and so yeah, I know exactly the part you're talking about. But yeah, definitely. And
So that misconception is, I try to inform you that becoming rich in America is very attainable, and this book is a way to get you there as quickly as possible.
that's what I guess people need is like to know that it is possible. I think a lot of people just don't feel like it's ever a way unless they either hit the lottery or they just happen to find a sack of cash in a backyard or something real silly like that. Otherwise, they might not feel like they'll ever be able to get to it. Does this book help go about changing mindsets?
Yes, it does, and that's another reason that I wrote it is because people perceive that we were rich because me and my wife worked. The misconception about us is that I worked at Dayton Hudson, which is now Macy. And back in the day, as an employee, you got 25% off. And then when they had this friends and family sale, and it happened 2 years. It happened twice a year, and this was way before friends and family is happening now. You got almost 75% off clothing.
Oh.
So our kids was always walking around when they were 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 years old. They were walking around in Polo and Nautica and all this thought to be expensive gear, but we were getting that clothing cheaper than the store brand. So they thought we were rich. So all misconceptions that people can have when they look at other people. That's why you should internalize it. Just focus on yourself and try to get there.
Gotcha. Tell everybody about the research that went into writing this book.
I spent many years researching it because I wanted to find out, like a lot of people that are low income and impoverished want to know what is it that the rich have as far as knowledge on how to get rich that they never share. So I researched it. I read Money magazine. I took some financial classes, and they all said budgeting and these funds and that stock, and it all never made sense. So, I can't tell the number of magazine books that I read on the subject. And this is why I ask people to work together on this. Find a partner, your parents, uncle or aunt, some family member that knows how to do this, because none of my uncles and aunts knew anything about this. So I couldn't ask them because they didn't know. So I had a conversation with this guy. Through our conversation, everything, all that research clicked into perspective, and it all came out like, oh, and that's the aha moments that people have. That's how you do it. And, I even got a master's degree in finance from the University of Minnesota, which I thought that would even help. It did help, don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
But this book streamlines it, you know what I mean?
Right.
It streamlines and it puts it all into a package. Get some stuff here, I got some stuff there. I tried this, I tried that. I got it from a holistic standpoint that it all makes sense and it all works now.
So, based on what I've read and what I've heard, would you say, like, if you had to give one word to describe what it's going to take, would discipline be that?
Yes, discipline, and I like this phrase from that movie with Clint Eastwood in it. It's called Endeavor to Persevere.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, that's why the company name is TMC Prosperity. The TMC stands for the movement continues. It's from the civil rights movement. Up until 1980, nothing really happened. And if you do that Eyes on the Prize has a 14-chapter documentary on the movement. But in 1980, it all stopped. So hopefully this move to prosperity puts the final chapter on the movement.
Okay.
Because we got our civil rights, Dr. Martin Luther King and everyone. There has to be an ending to this, because that will change us as a people. So I would say endeavor to persevere, because that's what we've done throughout our history. All the struggles that we've had.
Yeah,
and we continue that.
Yeah, I can, man. I know, like, just thinking back and all that we had, all that I had to go to in order to get my finances going in the right direction, and the help that I needed, and some of the knowledge that I wish I had had before getting myself in, different financial situations. And then when you see, the funny thing is when you see other people doing it, and you like, no, don't do that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Right.
Is it hard for you to like, I know the boys. They don't have a choice but to do right. They know, and they have an idea about how to make this thing work, and they're gonna be in a good situation. But like other family members that you might see, or friends that you might be like, that you have conversations with, do you find yourself correcting them or giving out advice, or it's like, hey man, I just wrote a book. I'm working on a book. You getting ready to be a test subject in it, in part 2.
Well, there were some test subjects before I wrote the book. A couple of your cousins
I'm sure.
were test subjects, and they're doing very, very well right now. And during the time of writing this book, I would always give advice, but nothing happened with, I would say, 95% of the people I gave advice to. And then one person said, you should charge, and then maybe they'll do something. So I charged one person, and that person did a little bit of something because they paid $10 for the knowledge. But it was encouraging. And then they thought it was too difficult, and they struggled, and they stopped. And then they came back to me about 8 months later, and I said, well, here's the deal. You know, we've got to stop as a people. We've got to stop trying to do everything ourselves. Mm-hmm. I would help you. There's other people out there that will help you. And we can get through this together, just like the civil rights movement. We did it together, right?
Right.
And that's how you have to get through this thing, or get to it. Or talk to your father, friends, mother, uncles, aunts. All bond together, make this thing happen.
Now, is it hard to like the people that you talk to? Is it difficult to let people know, like, hey, like, this is a process. Like, it's not going to be an overnight situation in which trying to go from, you know, your current situation to get to rich, or to get to just get to a more comfortable state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is difficult to explain that. The biggest part is just getting them to start, and then being persistent with them. And minds start changing when they start seeing their money grow in the bank. I mean, and after like a month, 2 months, or 3 months, like I said, of saving something, when they have $300 or $400 in the bank, one day they may come to you and say, "Where I had to spend that money?" And you say, "What you spending it on?" Right? And they say, "Well, I've been wanting these new shoes. I've been wanting that new suit," right? And so what I'm trying to say is that people see progress when they see their money grow. But they don't understand that's progress. They just understand it's money that they can utilize. You know what I mean? Right. So that's where you come to change the mindset. Do you really need that new suit? You've been doing fine without it. Right? Save for that new suit with this other money. Leave this money in the bank so it can continue to grow. So the biggest thing that turns people around is when they get to that limit to where they finally figure out, you know, I got $15,000 and $2,000 in the bank. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that money. But it takes that amount of money to get people to change their mind. Because once it's money that they can go get something that they want but really don't need, that's where call that the battlefield. You have to fight yourself in that battlefield of wants versus needs. And that's an internal fight. That's why you got to lean on your relatives and lean on somebody else to help you through that time.
Gotcha. Comment from the chat room. Erica, friend of the show, also says she's met quite a few wealthy individuals. I've shaken hands with billionaires. When someone is wealthy, they have acquired enough money that they literally think differently. Having a few million can make you rich or make you wealthy. To me, it's not the net worth or the bank statements as much as the plans of how the money is to be handled.
That's true, because once you get organized and start planning and handling your money in a management-type fashion, you do think differently.
Man, that's
a true state.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, good stuff. Hey, Elston, tell everybody where they can find this book.
So we got a website out there. It's called T as in Tom, M as in Mary, C as in Charlie, tmcprosperity.com. And right now I'm still building out that website, but it can be bought on that. We've sold out right now. We're trying to get new copies by next week. Running a special on it. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, tmcprosperity.com.
Yep.
I'm putting that in the chat right now. Look, if you have any questions about how to save money, get out of debt, make more money, invest, and it's all in this book. How to grow your income. It's all in this book, and more. How to budget. Like it's in here. It's an easy read from how far I've been. Pick it up. It's not gonna do nothing but help you grow your funds. I haven't heard anybody ever say, "Man, I just got too much money." Like I've never heard anybody say that. Like, don't nobody talk about, "Man, I just got too much damn money. I don't know what to do with. I need to figure out how to get rid of some of this money." Like, it's just not. It's not what it is. And so, look, it's gonna take time. It takes effort. This book, I'll tell you how to get there. tmcprosperity.com is where to go to order it. Anything else you want to plug, Elston, before we get on up out of here?
No, I just thank you. God bless. I appreciate the time and giving me this opportunity.
Oh man, you know what? I told you before, a lot of the stuff that there we go. We got promotional price through the end of this month, $14.95. We already sold out the first copies, but you can buy it now straight from the website. We got it up on the screen right now. Listen, yeah, grow your money, get your money right. I'm reading. Real quick, we just got one question. What's your thoughts on stock market investment? I know it's in the book, but it just came through the chat.
Stock market investments. Get stable first, right? Get your emergency fund and other things, and then learn about it yourself before you trust anybody else to start managing your money. Learn about it yourself, and then start investing. And then start investing with safe investments. Because you're still young, you got a long time to grow this money. Don't go crazy and lose it all. Because right now, with our current president, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. The truest stuff.
So learn about it, read about it.
I got you. Well, yeah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on. If I catch any other questions or comments in the chat, I'll forward them over to you, and I get them back over to the people that have them. But I thank you for coming on, man. We'll definitely be in touch, man.
All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Oh, no problem.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, that was Elston Chambers, author of Getting to Rich, that we were just talking to on the 710 of Slickville show on Status Network. Look, let me see where we at right now. So I still got a couple more. Why?
Run it.
Got a couple more why. And look, real quick, one thing I did want to get to, because we've had this segment just sitting on deck for a while. This is a segment called Ask Z. And so, Ask Z. So if you got any questions for my co-host, right there. Any questions for my co-host, Z, it don't matter what it is. She know a little bit about everything, I think, except for power and stuff like that. But
except for power. I'm about to watch that. But y'all, don't beat me up. I know you got some power fans out there and all that.
Hey, look, if you got some questions for them, put them in the chat. We asking her almost everything. But go ahead and do that, because that's gonna be interesting. But look, back to these why questions. Oh, what up, cuz? You in the ATL now? Holla at your boy.
What else?
Yamita. Trying to think. I think that's Tara. What up, T? Hey, look. Why can't a man be frustrated when his woman rushes him and then the guy got to wait for her to get ready? Why is that? You know what I mean?
No, repeat that.
Okay, so if a couple is getting ready to go out, and the woman is rushing the dude,
Yeah.
the dude gets ready, but then he has to turn around and wait for the girl.
Okay.
Why can't he be frustrated when he gotta wait?
I mean, you can be frustrated if you want to, but it's not gonna make anything go any faster. It's bottom line. You can be frustrated all you want.
Why is it also? Why? It's a funny question in the chat room. Why does it take women a long time to get dressed after you've already given them a time? So, for example, there was a time that I went out. I was back in the day. Back in the day, I told this lady, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pick you up at 7." She calls me, and she's like, "Hey, can you make it 7:30?" Cool, you got an extra 30 minutes. I get there at 7:30, and I still gotta wait 45 minutes. Why? Why does that happen?
I mean, we just are like that. I mean, it takes us a long time to get ready. We may put on an outfit, and it may not be what we want, and we've already put makeup on for the outfit. So then we have to put on another outfit and change the makeup. I mean, it could be a lot of different reasons to why you guys have to freaking wait 45 minutes. But the wait is, y'all be all right.
Doesn't sound valid.
Well,
Okay.
there's really no explanation behind it. It just is what it is. I mean, it just take a long time to get dressed. And I know some men that take just as long as women to get dressed.
I wouldn't know who that would be.
I know men that just they take just as long. My stepdad.
Maybe Miguel. I don't know.
My stepdad
And
takes
Prince.
forever.
Question from the chat room. Z, what's your hidden talent? We ain't even there yet. My bad. Never mind. We're going to wait on that. Just think about that, though. Think about that.
Who asked that question?
Don't you worry about it. You got time to think about it. Another question. Another why question. Why is it weird to hear an old lady say that she got a boyfriend?
I don't think that's weird at all. I don't think it's weird at all.
Mailman, what's good, buddy?
Man, what's going on, everybody?
Hey,
Man,
hey.
chilling in these streets, asking these why questions.
I hear some of them. I hear some of them. What y'all got going over there? I had to stop in before I try on these church socks.
You so stupid.
I had to stop in before I put these church socks on. You?
Hey man,
Crazy.
hey mailman, is it weird? Why is it weird when you hear an old lady say that she got a boyfriend? Like, what's the cutoff age for a woman to say she got a boyfriend?
What's the cutoff age?
Yeah.
Ooh, probably. Yeah, you got to stop calling them boyfriend after 55.
55. Wow.
That's my
Chat
boyfriend.
Chat room, what's the cutoff age? What's the cutoff age to say that you got a boyfriend? For a woman to say that she got a boyfriend? Because I almost feel like at 55, I want to say...
After 55, you know what it is.
What is it?
Hey, we just pretty much we done had our fun early in life. Now we just trying to see where this go. We can have a little bit of this, a little bit of that going on. Now we just trying to chill.
Julian said you can't say boyfriend after 50. I was thinking about 40 something.
What do you say, my
because you know
man?
45, and you know
like-
45 is like the new 30 now.
This is like my man. This is my
Man,
dude.
This is my.
Old boy.
This is my.
Not babe, boo. Throw that out the window.
This is my.
Directly in
This is
the
my
chat.
man.
Yeah, this is my man. Like,
This is my man. You guys would be like, this is my woman.
my mom want to know what is old.
What is old?
You as old as you feel.
Good answer.
That's true. That's true.
Good answer. Woo.
But after 55, you just got to say this is him.
Safe. Safe.
But there, I do feel, even if you feel like you still a spring chicken,
Mm-hmm.
there's still a number that I feel like has to be put on boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, man, lady, guy.
Yeah, but after 55, you be like, yeah, this him.
Nah.
Gentleman. Mom said gentleman friend.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
nice.
like that one.
That's
I
nice,
like that
Mom.
one.
That's real nice.
Gentleman friend
Gentleman
when you get to
friend.
be in your.
This is my gentleman friend.
She's referred to.
Or this is my bingo buddy or something like that.
Mom, don't do
you,
it to
you know,
him.
you say something like that. You know, this one we go bingo every weekend.
Oh,
This
somebody brought up a good point. What is the age of the guy?
No, because
I mean, unless she getting
Guys
her
don't have
cougar
an
on.
age.
If she getting her cougar on, Marcus.
darling.
Now that might be a boyfriend.
So a guy, like, yeah, man,
Guys don't have an age.
that is ridiculous.
She could be my girlfriend forever.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
because guys be running around in the club. And they have all kinds of little girlfriends once they get older.
This my little girlfriend right here. Dropped off about $20, you know.
Yeah, you got older men having
Slid through
having
what
babies,
it
so
do.
I guess they can,
Pop my pill.
that's ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is my little girlfriend. Y'all
That my
know
little
who this is. My
girlfriend.
little girlfriend.
My little
over
boo
there.
thing.
We're going to go see my little girlfriend tonight. Give us some money.
But you know what? You know what?
You
Y'all
know
right
what?
though. Like, there's no like, you wouldn't look at an old guy if he said, "That's my girlfriend right there." You just be like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." But an old lady, "Oh, that's my boyfriend." Why?
Yeah, that sounds weird, don't it?
Why?
Did you hear how your voice went?
Yeah.
That's my boyfriend.
That's my boyfriend. Why
Yeah.
though? Why?
Straight up.
Well,
Boyfriend.
if the girl said that he was the boyfriend,
That my boyfriend.
Yeah, old Myron could be
That
like,
my boyfriend.
I'm about to slide through and take care of it, cut her up a little bit, give me a
Yeah,
little trim.
that old tender right there. Tender, and that's okay. Oh, we can say okay. That's a good one for an older chick. That's my tender right there. We can't.
or tender,
We can't say tender.
you are something
think
else.
so.
Wait a minute now. We can't say tender.
Tender.
What's the difference?
I don't know. Tender just sounds funny to me.
Young tender.
Is
Well,
it-
old man can say it.
is
That's
it
my
a-
young tender right
Is
there.
it a snack?
Well, is it? I mean, I don't know. Where my older women at out there? What are y'all? What are some of the older women?
I got. It's only a couple.
Yeah,
in
like,
here,
I don't
one or two
know.
in here.
But
that's
no,
over.
men,
a certain
men
age.
and women, it's just so different. Like you guys can do anything y'all want to until you get to no age, and you still like
You're-
okay with it.
You're correct.
That's so
Yes,
ridiculous.
you're correct.
That's ridiculous.
Why do
Men
people?
are just men. We can't help it.
Why do people drive Maseratis and other expensive luxury cars and stay in apartments?
That's
Hey, you see
all
that?
for the status.
Can't even answer
all
that.
for the status.
Yeah, that's got to be it. Just
If you do that and you in the chat, okay, it's too bad.
we ain't mad at you at all.
Look, I used to deliver mail around back in Arkansas. Some of the people watching, they know what I'm talking about.
That's ridiculous.
It be cars out there with $5,000 and $10,000 rims on it. That house barely even worth $10,000 by itself. They sitting out there with a Charger on 24,
Yep.
Charger on 26s, and then the house look like it just got 10 on the top of the house. The paint chipping.
They'd be like, but it's spinning
All
though.
for the status, just to say you got it.
They spinning though. They spinning on these fools.
Yeah, yeah. All for the status.
Yeah, they spinning all right. And then soon as one of the wheels will catch a flat or a tire catch a flat, now they riding on 3 because they can't afford to get another
To
the
get
wheel
that tire,
when it
yeah.
breaks down.
Such a shame, my people. I love y'all.
I hate to see when people do that.
My people,
their
my
tire
people.
Go out, they can't afford to go get a tire right then. It's like, why you shouldn't even got these real expensive rims.
They didn't
You
expect
can't go
it.
get a tire when it breaks down.
They didn't expect that to happen though. This is
Yep, that's
unexpected events.
Cause I got some more of these why questions. I got some more of these whys. Why do people think it's okay to get in? Why do people think it's okay to get in line in the express lane? You got more coupons than you got items at the grocery store.
Because that's not a stipulation. If you have under 10 items, it don't say 10 items or less and no coupons.
I mean, they gotta scan those coupons.
Okay, but if you got 10 items and 10 coupons, that's it.
I'm gonna call the police on them like coupon.
Hey man, don't do that. Don't do that.
That ain't cool though. That ain't cool.
No, but there's no stipulation. There's
How
no
long does
sign
that
that
take?
sent. It doesn't make a difference. And I love coupons, by the way. They're awesome. Thank you.
Really?
Yes, and I just started doing.
Are you a
coupons.
couponer?
I should have read his book because I'm like really on it right now. I coupon and yeah.
You're a real
Kroger card.
couponer?
I am now.
I mean, having a Kroger, I got a Kroger card.
I am now.
But
It's hard. I don't see how. I don't know, man.
So-
Maybe it's just me. I'll be looking at it like, okay, I save $1.
so you gonna get 6 things of mustard.
Nah, bro, I will not.
That's what the real
To
coupon.
me,
If you
coupons
real,
is only convenient for someone that's actually needing it at that moment.
I need the coupons at every given moment. I love Kroger. Thank you, Kroger.
so you go through those mailers whenever you get them.
hmm Even when you go through the little self checkout, they give you coupons. I take them and put them in my purse. Thank you.
Did you, when you was a kid, did you stand, when they first gave those automatic feeders in the aisles at
Loved
the
it. I
grocery
used to
store?
just do it. My mom used to come by, and
Just
she
pull-
thumped me. Stop.
Pull
I'd be
them
like,
out.
what?
What
So
was it?
They were just so big. They were red, and they would stick out in the aisles at the grocery store.
And you
would
could
go
pull
by
it.
Oh, yeah.
and they get another one.
We used to run up and down, acting like fools, just pulling them.
We used to count them out like who had the most. We used to count them out. Me and my brother, we used to have a whole handful.
Just count, yo. That was the days.
I'm
man.
surprised we
That
didn't
was
get
great.
arrested for that.
Nah, you
Well,
might
see,
get
why-
arrested now. For that.
What's that? Go ahead, see.
So you might get arrested now for that, but back then, nah, that was
Coupon
okay.
Carl.
Yup.
Punk ass. Hey,
See, it was too many of us, so that's why we didn't go. It was 5 of us, so whenever they went grocery shop, we didn't go.
Coupon Carl ass.
Y'all stayed at home.
Yeah, they say they were like, we're going grocery shopping, and then my older brothers, they always watched us, cause they knew it was too many of us. They know we gonna get in there.
And show out.
We knew better, but it was just too many of them.
Yeah,
That's
y'all probably
hilarious.
stole.
I doubt they was stealing. Y'all wasn't stealing.
Hold on.
No, we knew better than that. Not if you didn't want. I had them parents that when they said it at that moment, you did it at that moment, or you probably be picking your teeth up.
Hey, did y'all get group whoopings?
No, I didn't get no group whooping.
Oh man, we got group whoopings when we was
What?
kids. Yeah, like if one person did something and there was
Okay.
there was no clear evidence on who did it, everybody got in trouble.
No, we didn't get no
We
group.
used to laugh at my brother all the time while he was getting whooping. So that didn't. We was gonna get it anyway because it was a group. It was a team whooping. Like
No.
everybody on the team got it.
Me and my sister are a lot of years apart, so we just kind of felt sorry for each other. Like it wasn't, nah. I would help her hide. Candace, come here in the closet. Mommy won't find you there.
Let me uncover my
Come,
face.
come.
Other way.
Come.
My face.
Nah, it wasn't like that. We were too many years apart for us to be. We were trying to help each other out.
Chat room want to know, why do people go to self-checkout with the intentions on getting help from a store associate?
Because them self-checkouts is fugazi, man. They ridiculous. Like,
But they work though.
but the thing is, it's like, okay,
If you
even
don't know-
if I don't put the juice inside the paper bag correctly, the plastic, then all of a sudden I can't do nothing else. and then
Because
I
they
have to
think you
ask her.
stealing.
Let me tell you something.
You thief.
I wish. But that's why they're so just ridiculous. I don't like them. They
Look,
just.
I don't like people that can't figure out to put the barcode across the thing. Boop. Boop. Like it's
Oh, how to put the yeah.
you gotta be able to put the barcode. Don't scan the front. Ain't no
What about
barcode on there.
What about the people that get the fruit and can't read?
Yeah,
So they don't know what to push.
They need to get caught. They need to get police called on them.
So that's when they call the people to help them.
They need to call this guy.
Who is that?
That's Coupon Carl. Now it's not funny if he got Parkinson's, but I don't think he got Parkinson's.
Oh,
I think
Oh, see.
I'm
You're
done.
nervous.
Done.
I didn't think he had that Muhammad Ali.
I'm oh,
Shout out to that.
damn.
Hey man. He was
Hey, don't. I'm looking up. I don't.
No, he get it. He done
Oh,
heard it
you got it.
Now if I wake up in my job store, he done stole on me
Yeah, quick.
in the middle of the night.
Parkinson time.
These hands still work. These are refurbished hands. Hey, straight up. Straight up.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, look, I'm gonna slide on over to this Ask Z segment. This Ask Z is about to be interesting. Some of them came in. Some of the questions came in like a few weeks ago, and so yeah. I've been sitting on this segment for a minute. And then we didn't get to it, and then here we are now.
All right, so let's roll.
I'm gonna wait for the one that came through the chat. Hey, mailman, if you got any, don't hesitate.
Hesitate, brother.
Don't you hesitate at all. That's not what we do.
Hesitate.
One of the questions that came through was, would you date a mechanic at Jiffy Lube?
No.
What?
Let's dig into this.
You get your car fixed for free.
No.
Is there a particular reason why?
Your mechanics suck. Next question.
Oh, look. So.
Oh, that sounds like somebody from experience.
Nah,
They was trying. They was like, "Hey, girl, let me go ahead and look up under that hood." And look up under that hood.
I think you need a little lube. In there.
ridiculous again. Again. No mechanic, especially at no Jiffy Lube. No, the answer is no. The answer is hell no.
You must have tried to date one before or something for you to answer that quick.
I've
You
never
didn't even
dated.
think about it.
I've just had some really bad experience with these janky ass mechanics, so the answer is no.
So
I wouldn't want to ruin a relationship because of the so no.
They get mad. They get mad at her and mess up her carburetor.
Ooh, yeah, I'm good. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
but nah.
she going for an oil change and end up having to need a new transmission and everything.
Right. No, a new engine. Just do be
Current
dead wrong.
situations.
Current
That's why you
situation.
gotta make it
Exactly.
seem like you know what you're talking about when you go in there. Before you go in, all ladies, remember this. Before you go into a mechanic shop, don't just go in there blindly. Go search on the internet about what you think it might be or something, and then talk a little bit to them like you know what you're talking about. Be like, well, you know the dipstick on it. I didn't know. You just Google something.
Oh, yeah.
But make it seem like you know what you're talking about when you go into the mechanic shop.
Yeah,
Even if you don't know what you're talking about, just say a few terms that mechanics might use. That way they'll know, okay, I ain't dealing with nobody that don't know what's going on. So I can't fool them.
Hey, man, yeah, the radiator fluid on the camshaft is what you need in order to get your axle rod straight.
Or just say, you know, my dad used to work on cars, and I used to be out there with him, but, you know, I don't want to get dirty no more. You just say something to make them be like, okay, well, I can't be playing around with her. She might mess around and take it back to her daddy, and he'd be like, no, they did too much.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Z, chat room question. Who is your childhood hero?
Oh.
I don't have a childhood hero. I never did.
Never did.
Nah, I never did.
Damn.
Okay.
I wasn't that kid
Wasn't that kid?
that had heroes and people that I looked
You
up.
didn't have nobody you liked as a kid that you thought was cool?
No.
You didn't watch cartoons or
You
nothing?
didn't like Michael Jackson?
I watched cartoons. Like,
You didn't want to have no superpowers or nothing like that?
No, I like Looney Tunes. I like Bugs Bunny and
He was racist.
you know, stuff like that. Like I don't know. I was a different kind of kid growing up. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No judgment. You weird. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Hey, what is your another chat room question? Julian, bringing them on in. What is your favorite pastime?
What do I like?
If you say nothing, I'm gonna throw this whole microphone at you.
What do I like to do in my pastime?
What was your favorite pastime? Like, I grew up playing basketball. That was my thing. That's
Me
always
too.
been
Yeah, that's it. I definitely grew up playing basketball. And yeah, I grew up playing basketball straight like that.
Chat room want to know
You
if
can
you
hoop?
was good.
I can definitely hoop. Yeah, I was a power forward from the 8th to the 12th grade. I worked that thing out. Yeah.
Do you still hoop?
I got out there for the first time a couple of weeks ago in a long time. I still got my little jumper, to say the least. But
alright.
yeah. But that was
I'll be
I'm
trying to
record it.
guard you all the time.
yeah.
I'm gonna record it, mailman, and send it to you. Hopefully it's on that day.
Make sure I put them tennis shoes in the trunk.
Let's see them jumpers.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta hoop at the job.
Yeah.
Hoop at the job.
that's
I'll be
what's
out
up.
there getting them jumpers in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Chat room. Let's see. If you were a guy, what would be 3 things you would have or want to do?
Well,
Gold toes.
if I was a guy, I would definitely want a big. And the second one would be.
Why you stop though? Why you stop?
Oh,
Why you
gosh. That would be definitely, I would want to go. The second one, if I was a guy, I would want, if I were a guy, I would want.
Keep saying if I was a guy. Keep saying it like that.
Because I'm just trying to figure out if I was a guy, that's the dumbest question ever. I don't know.
What would you want to do? Would you want to pee standing up?
Yeah, but that don't.
When
That's
you
not
get done,
really-
you shake it 3 times.
That's
We just
not-
put that in.
I would probably be a single shake man. Just get on because I'm
Oh yeah, you have some messed up hand legs.
too busy, you know. Wow. I would want to be, if I were a guy, I would want all my hair.
You know what?
See, this,
You know
I'm
what?
about to hang up. I'm about to hang up.
Just for that. Just for that.
Yeah.
See, this ain't what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, okay.
Hey, now, man, because you know what? Because this is where the questions get difficult.
I'm ready. Let's roll. But that
let's-
was a real difficult question. I don't know. If I was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
guy, I would want a big.
Yeah, let's scroll back up. To this other question.
What man wouldn't want that? Sheesh.
Yeah, what's your
You
hidden
act like you
talent,
scared
though?
to say the word though. Why you act like you scared to say the word like you ain't grown though?
You
I
don't wanna
am.
say
I
dick?
just. Oh, yeah.
Or thing, meat, wood.
I don't know. She just said I don't want to.
I mean, you know, I'm trying to show some type of etiquette.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. Okay. I understand.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
about this hidden talent that was in the question. Z, what is your hidden talent?
Then I can't
Oh.
tell you guys that. That's my business.
Also, it's one of those type of hidden talents. It's not just something regular.
It's hidden.
It's hidden.
Yeah.
I can tell them if you want me to. I'll tell them.
What is a hidden talent?
What is the hidden talent?
She said it's her business. Do you spin around on it or what?
No.
Boo.
Look at her. Look at her. She's so crazy. She's so crazy.
Mailman.
Oh. Help me. Jason.
You need some help?
Yeah, help me.
Yeah, it involves handstands and it involves handstands, blow torches, and
Huh? Oh.
yeah, it involves handstands, and somebody said it involves golf balls and water hoses.
I have no idea. That's gross.
Wow. You must work that circus on late.
Yes. I don't have any hidden talents. Gosh, like I got to come.
What? You don't know what my hidden talent is? One of my hidden talents?
I guess I can sing.
All right.
Another one.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get that duet kicked up.
Go ahead, mailman, right behind you. Hey.
Huh? You know when a mailman can kick off a song in a minute.
I'm ready. You want to hear his talent? That's it. I know how to sing a little bit.
You know some Tank?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. He do like Tank, no?
You do like Tank.
Go ahead then.
It's all about me. Oh, I ain't Maya. My bad.
He don't sing Maya.
Well, he like
Yes,
her.
yes.
I don't know. In the heat of the night.
I'm about to knock it out.
I don't know.
I hear you, Mr. Tubbs.
Oh my goodness.
In the heat of the night, you hear Mr. Tubbs?
Yes.
I really can't believe she just went right there.
Oh,
Somebody requested Fire and Desire by Rick James.
okay, I can do that.
And Tina Marie.
Go ahead.
It starts off,
Go ahead then.
Come on, what happened?
Mailman acting like he got a delay. Now he got a cricket.
No, I don't know that song. I don't know it like that.
Oh.
Oh, you bought.
Fine then. What's another duet? What's Eric Benet and Tamia?
Spend my life with you.
Yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, I take that back.
That's the song. What?
Do you know the song with Usher and Monica when they sung Slow Dance?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Slow Jam?
All right, slow down. Let's hit it, man. We got about
Okay, let me see.
12 minutes.
I was all alone. I was feeling rather low. I needed someone to lift my spirits up. So I dropped in on a dance just to take a glance. That his lovely thing was, she was more than enough. So I asked her for her hand, said, would you like to dance? So pleased that I had asked, she quickly took my hand, and we danced and fell in love on a slow jam. All right. Play another slow jam. This time make it sweet. On the slow jam.
On the slow jam.
For my baby and me.
For me?
Go ahead, Marnique.
If what you say is true, I feel the same way too. You see, I waited all night long just to dance with you.
Hey, come on now.
That moment. Oh my gosh. Wait, is that on purpose?
She is true.
She had just drank some water.
I really couldn't remember nothing after that part I saw, so I just had to. Sorry, but you're great. You sound wonderful. I can't sing, y'all. I just, I don't have no hidden,
You good.
I don't have no hidden talent that I could put out on the air. I would rather not do that. I do have a little, I do got something, I ain't gonna tell y'all all my business. I don't have any hidden talents.
There's a whole bunch of laughing in this group.
I know. Laugh, hey.
Right there. A good measure. Hey man, I can't believe you did that.
What happened? What happened?
So apparently some oatmeal came out of somebody's nose
Ooh.
when you did that.
When I did what?
When you
Y'all see I got this water right here.
Yeah. That was in the process of being a moment, and then
I did that.
you forgot the words.
Man, I actually started closing my eyes. I'm laying back on the bed for a minute. Getting into it.
Do that because you moved back to Florida.
Yeah, shout out to Socks. Shout out to Goto.
Yeah, I'm laying back in the bed. I'm listening. I'm kicking my feet up. I'm getting under the covers.
Something happened in my throat.
Oh.
Yeah. So she said.
Hidden talent.
Oh, see, okay.
I mean, we did mention water hoses and golf balls.
You did. You mentioned it. Did nobody else mention that but you? You mentioned that.
Listen.
Water hose and golf balls.
Banging on the handstand.
Yeah, we did mention handstands too.
Head down, put some
Hey. You know what? I wish your phone worked so you could hit him with that.
Oh, y'all. So, I learned how to do the what you call it? Kiki, do you love me?
She wanted to do the In Her Feelings challenge. Is that what it's called, bro?
What is that?
The Kiki song. My sister killed it. That's the only reason why I was trying to do it. Candace, if you are listening, you killed that. That Kiki.
What is it? I don't know what it is, man.
You ain't ever seen? Oh man, yeah, you tripping?
Okay, I can't.
Yours ain't gonna work.
I don't know.
It gotta play longer than like 2 seconds, cause if you stand up, I mean, you can actually stand up real quick and move that chair to the side real quick. See, that ain't it.
Y'all know how to do it? Every time I
Go
stand
ahead.
up, it stops.
No, it's okay.
You gotta get up. Hey, you gotta do it with me.
See, I don't know. I ain't never heard it. I heard somebody talking about some Kiki, but I ain't know what they were talking about.
Hey. What happened? Hey,
man, y'all done went all the way off the rails. Hey.
Oh my God. Woo. And Mailman, I know you know that song. You be on Facebook. You got to know that.
Yeah, everybody's heard.
I heard people talking about it, but I didn't know what it was.
It's
Y'all tripping.
It's just like I don't know, man.
I'm looking, y'all are tripping.
Hey, did you see?
James think he LeBron James over there shooting him.
Oh, I hate the jacket. Oh,
I was
didn't
real
mean to say that out
professional.
loud. I hate the jacket.
I don't like you.
I hate the jacket.
I don't like.
Can we turn that Kiki back on so he can stand back up?
Oh!
Huh? Hey, look. So I said, now that we got this new set, I felt weird coming in here with a T-shirt on when I saw it. And so I went ahead and put on this jacket so I could look a little bit more professional. But at the same time, I was like, let me do it like those cats on ESPN. So I seen Bomani Jones one day, and he had a real button-down shirt, a tie, a blazer, and they just happened to pan down. They saw his leg, and it was some red basketball shorts.
You got on the 2016 Fellows Blazers.
I was like, shoot, I can do that. I can make that.
Yeah!
Shoot.
You showed him. I can't believe he did it. I'm so proud of you.
Look, didn't nobody know up until that point. Like, it was like, man, that's fresh.
Man, I thought
It's like-
I said, man, Slick done got over here and he put on the suit.
He out here killing the
He got the
guy.
and1 basketball shorts on, too.
He out here looking like real Mr. 17 back there.
Oh,
Look,
my
he's
God.
super
He
fresh
messed
back
around
there.
and started doing the kiki and shorts on.
You the shorts on. You were like, wait a minute now. What's wrong with that outfit?
Hey, I already knew I was gonna do that. I just said, look, everybody calling this the LeBron. Nah, this is the LeBron had on tailor-made jorts. He had on.
Hey, I did see a suit like that, the shorts. I was like, man, I might rock something like that. It was nice when I saw the one LeBron had on.
Nah,
At first I was talking about it, but it was the one I saw. I was like,
So
I
you
might rock
like that
something
with the boots and everything, huh? With the Jodeci boots.
No, I can't go with the boots. I go
Yes, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
cut.
You like them Jodeci boots.
I go with some low cuts to my ankle.
Here you go. I need to get up out from around this desk and be like, be better tomorrow. Put my glasses on, grab a man bag and bounce. That's how I end the show. Just throw the mic
Man,
down.
business up
Leave.
top and basketball down bottom.
Oh my god. Yup.
Hey man, this is actually comfortable, man. You know, I'm not even hot today.
With that jacket though.
Only reason why you don't like it because it got dog hair on it.
Well, I didn't say that. I love dogs.
You don't like dogs? Shout out to Peter.
I do love dogs. I love
You don't like dogs?
I love
You ain't
dogs.
dogs?
I love dogs.
You Michael Vick friend?
I want me a bull mastiff, so I know I love dogs.
Huh?
Yes.
You don't like the
That's
candy, though.
That's a baby horse. You don't like dogs.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, bull mastiff, huge.
I know. That's what I want.
Let me just start off by
Either that or a Great Dane.
Let me just end this show by saying Z does not like dogs.
I do love dogs, and I love dogs.
Hey man, y'all done let this show get way off the rails. I can't believe y'all did this. I'm just playing because that was funny. That was as lively as I've seen Z in a long time, outside of when she was dancing at work today.
Oh, I did a Kiki awesome today.
She-
Look,
I gotta look up some of these Kiki videos.
Miss Giselle says, I went right in front of her desk and did it. She says,
Shout out to that name drop.
oh my gosh. She says, look at you. You just have so
Did
much
you have that dress
energy.
on?
No.
No, she ain't had that on.
Has jeans on.
She had some jeans that she had to peel off.
And they were tight. And I would, Kiki. Yeah. They're like, oh my God, look at her. Look at that girl. Look at that little girl just dancing over there. You see her?
See. She want to do that for real. Y'all got a chance to see the real Z. That's the Z I see at work. She come around there and be like, Jason, these people.
So now she get behind the desk. She just like,
No,
let me be professional.
She get behind.
I'm very professional at work too, though.
She get behind this desk and be like, about writing this book and saving money. And then at work, she be nice. She be nice nasty at work. She be real nice nasty at work. It's funny to me.
Cause don't come up telling me that you don't know how to turn your computer on. Push the button. Gets on my nerves.
You see that? That's the real.
Damn, push the button, lady.
That's the real. All of that.
Hey, where y'all work at, man?
None you.
Well, it's where we used to work.
If they don't know how to turn the computer on.
That's what the doctor be. She out here saying names and everything.
No, Mr. Giselle is
Y'all
awesome.
in one of them Title I
That's
schools.
my dog right there. What'd he say?
We work at a Title I school.
Hey.
We ain't got no funding.
Hey, it's all good.
Oh, shoot. Hey, look. Hey, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is our time. This time went good. This time went fast. I hope everybody learned something from Marnique Rogers, from the Now You Got My Attention synopsis. She gave out a lot of good information. Also, I hope you learned something from Elston Chambers, author of Getting to Rich. That's his book right here. Like I said, go to _Marnique, MARNIQUE1 on Instagram to order her book. Also, you can go to tmcprosperity.com to order Elston's book. It's on sale right now up until the 31st of this month. So you can go ahead and pick that up. There's a lot of good information on how to save money, how to budget, how to make money. So, like I said, I ain't never heard nobody say, I got too much damn money. I don't want to make no more. So if you want to do that, read this book. It's an easy read, less than 200 pages, but like I said, you get right through it, man. We will be back August. It's the first Monday in August. That'll be August 6th. We will be back out here in these streets. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but tune in. Like I said, we appreciate you. Share this feed if you haven't done it already.
We're not. Okay.
Hey, man, shout out to Z and her dress for y'all ladies. Shout out, man. Shout out.
Hey.
But we about to get on up out of here. Y'all take it easy, man. We'll catch y'all.
See ya.
Hey.